Alrighty, we've got another set teams draft. It's our weekly draft against the Finnish squad. It's actually myself, Max Capone. I don't know if you remember, he was one of the Austrians that we drafted against a lot, like about a year ago. Some pretty high stakes drafts, actually. He's on our team this time, along with Will here. And I'm going to take a Mox Ruby, passing Moltani. I don't really know what they draft, but they're going to take Mana Drain most of the time. And then Mac is going to take Headliner Scarlet, Sneak, Voice, most likely. But yeah, I'll take my Mox Ruby, and I will like it. And then I'll take a Mox Sapphire. What a start. What a start. All right, so Falero opened something really good. To pass Mox Sapphire, it's actually interesting. So Mox Sapphire is the best Mox, pick one, pack one. So for Falero to pass this, I believe probably opened Time Walk, Ancestral Recall, Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Black Lotus, Time Vault, Glee Mox. So there's still 7 cards ahead of Mox Sapphire, which, maybe that's the 8th best card in the cube. But it does mean that Falero has a pretty decent chance of being blue. Not that that's that big of a deal. And hopefully Moltani takes not Gut, because I think Mac's going to take a red card third, but I guess we'll see. Could take Dak, which I guess would also be a little annoying for us. Now that I've gotten these 2 Mox in, I kind of want to take Mishra's Bauble, because I always want to take Mishra's Bauble, but I also really do like being able to draft like a paradoxical outcome or prowess, like red-blue. I mean, I have the perfect start to red-blue tempo, and I'm not going to take Drake Hatcher. I could take Thieving Skydiver, pretty good against my 2 Moxes. But Bauble's also really good. I think I'm just going to take the Bauble. I think Mishra's Bauble is excellent. And then here, probably Spell Pierce over Frantic Search. I don't really have a strong need to be Frantic Searching. I like Ballista too, and then there's Plateau. There was Plateau and Tundra. I could have started making inroads into white, but I think I'm pretty happy taking Spell Pierce here. What a start, huh? This is it's really something here. I've got double Mox, Bauble, Spell Pierce. So 3 cards, converted mana cost of 1 total among those, or 4 cards rather. And a lot of different directions I can go, and I like all of them, basically, so we'll see how this goes. And then here, wow, so there's a Relic, a Sensei's Top, Inquisition, the first pretty good black card, Tursa, which is pretty great card, good with all the Moxes. Kind of just want to take Top. Top is really nice with Moxes, too. Really setting up for Paradoxical Outcome here. Passing Enduring Curiosity, Othari, Tursa, Relic. Yeah, again, some pretty good cards, but I'm on the low mana cost, gang. I just like taking cheap cards. I think that works out really nicely. And then here, pretty easy Prismatic Vista. I don't know what colors I'm going to be. Obviously, red and blue have an edge, but I think this is the best card here. There's an Infernal Grasp, Talisman, Rafine's Tower, Luminarch. Yeah, none of those are that good. Also, Prismatic Vista is very nice with Sensei's Divining Top. So let's go. Ooh, there we go. Upheaval is great with double Mox, so I will take Upheaval here. It's weird. I kind of found my way into artifacts, but that's how it goes. Passing another couple good white cards, like decent white cards, not even great ones, for aggro. And then Ultimo, which is a pretty good card, probably good against me. And a Shelldock Isle, but this looks like a great Upheaval start. And now, oh, this probably got to be Trinket Mage. Getting with double Mox and Bauble and Sensei's Top, Trinket Mage over a 2-drop Accelerant is good. Passing a late Toxic Deluge, which, obviously that's a pretty good card too. So let's see. And pretty solidly, down the artifacts path here. I guess besides the Upheaval though, I don't really have anything that's like really kind of tying me to that. I do like Galvanic Discharge. There's a world where I take that too, of course. And Pentad Prism is a great card. It is good with Upheaval, but I just think Trinket Mage, when I can get either of these Moxes or a Bauble or a Top, those are all some pretty good plays for that. And then here, Headliner Scarlet Wield. That's tough because there's both Third Path and Saheeli, and this looks like an amazing Third Path deck. Like, Third Path looks quite a bit better to me than Headliner Scarlet. But I guess if Headliner Scarlet Wield, Moltani probably didn't take Gut either. This just looks like so much more of a Third Path deck. Since Saheeli is also good too. They're both very good, but I think I'd rather just take Third Path. And then here, I could take Displacer Kid. We do have a nice start for that. Could take Seachrome Coast. Could take Revoker. I guess I could take Lava Spur Boots, though I'm not the most thrilled about that prospect. I'm I mean, this looks like the spot for Displacer Kitten. I'll take the payoff card, higher payoff card. And now Draycatcher, I mean, I still, even without, like, if you don't count the Upheaval and Kitten, which, you know, still could be good, this looks actually pretty good in this deck. Like, it's a pretty nice card to Mox out on turn 1. And then here, I'll just hate touch the Spirit Realm. I think that's the best card. I'm just not very likely to want to play Rafine or Questing Druid. Okay, Trinket Mage Displacer Kitten's also pretty nice. All right, well, I'll take Othari here. I might be sad that I don't have Expedition Map at some point if I get Academy, but I'll be pretty happy if I get Academy. Wishclaw, I think, is a much stronger card here. So I'm just going to take the Othari. I don't think I can pass an Othari with 2 cards left or whatever. And Sanguine Evangelist. All right. Well, a pretty good start, I will say. There's some cards that I would like to see. Well, let's see what we got pack 2 here. As soon as Multani takes their last card, we got Force of Will. Not bad. There's a Subtlety in the pack 2 and a Jace. Force of Will is just amazing, so very happy taking that. No. Force of Will is like, I consider it the tier below like Power, basically. So there's like, you know, all the Moxes, Time Walk, all those things I talked about. And then there's cards like Thoughtseize, Force of Will, Swords to Plowshares, Initiative cards. And I think Force is well in that tier. Passing Gristlebrand, Jace, Watery Grave. All right. A bunch of stuff, but happy taking Force. Could end up playing Othari, could not. I mean, it'll kind of depend on how the rest of this goes, of course. But we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, Draycatcher and Third Path both look pretty good to me. Volcanic looks really nice. I think I'm just going to take that. I don't mind. Like, there's 3 different red burn spells. I'll get one of those. I don't have a Mystical Tutor deck. I'm going to want to be red-blue. Oh, Max Capone, the Max on my team, took a Cogwork, huh? Okay. Yeah, I think it's got to be Volcanic then. I don't think... I mean, if Fire Ice comes back, I'll be happy, or Treasure Cruise, but I think just taking Volcanic here seems good. I'm going to cut the Othari for the time being. Obviously, I might end up playing that card, but I like being red-blue for the moment. And here, well, passing Thoughtseize, Fire Covenant from the Catacombs. I think I just pass all the black cards and take Daze. This looks like an incredible Daze deck. I've even got 2 duels. Oh, use the Cogwork. Okay, probably didn't double power, but it's not bad. And pass a late Pest Infestation. Yeah, there's a bunch of cards that are good in this pack that are just not for me. I don't really want to take any of those. I think like having Daze, Force, Pierce. I mean, I actually might not be upheavaling or kittening. This does look like a pretty nice just blue-red deck here, but we'll see. Oh, wow, that's a late Parallax Wave, but I kind of feel safe passing white cards that direction. I don't mind Dig Through Time. I don't mind Oliphant. I do actually want Astrologian's Planisphere, and I could be interested in Candelabra. Obviously, if I get Academy, we go that direction. I could easily, pivot, but as much as I want Planisphere, I kind of feel like I should just take Oliphant. I have Sensei's Top. I have a Volcanic to go get. I think there's a decent chance that Planisphere comes back. Let's see. Parallax Wave's going to be gone. Urtai is going to be gone. Talisman, Cut Down, Dig, Sentinel. So someone has to take one other card. All right. If I don't end up getting it back, I'll be a little sad, but I think I'm supposed to Oliphant there. And look, now I can take the Oculus. I don't have the graveyard filling set up yet, but I really like the Oculus. I have been impressed with the card. I just feel like you cast this card, it's really good. And I have Bauble, I have Oliphant that go to the graveyard, I have some cheap spells, and I'm going to want to pick up cantrips. I could take Hallowed Fountain for Othari, but you know what? I could take Screaming Nemesis, I guess. I could also take World Spine to have outs for Flash, but I'm a pretty big Doc Ock believer. And then here, there's a Cogwork. Wow, Dismember, Abrade, Minsk, and Petal. Oh, here's a new one I'm trying, Kefka Court Mage. I kind of like it. We'll see if it's good. I think I'm going to take Minsk and Boo here. I don't always take this card, but I have double Mox. I have a Prismatic Vista. It's a busted card. Back it up with Force of Will. This actually looks like what I want. And this one I'm also not passing it. Okay, in the market for green fixing. Dismember would have been nice too. That would have been my pick if I wasn't taking Minsk and Boo, but this looks like a Minsk and Boo deck. And now I got to take Iteration. Stomping Ground I know would be perfect. I have Oliphant too, but red-green lands are not usually in super high demand, and I think Expressive Iteration is just so good with 000 in my deck. I don't think I can pass that up. I feel like with a Prismatic Feast and an Oliphant, I'll figure out a way. Oh, look, Manamorphose, that could be the way. Or I could take Generous Plunder. The Plunder is pretty good. I'm not considering the Umezawa's GT, I'm afraid. But Manamorphose triggers Drakehatcher, third path, fills the graveyard for Oculus, helps me cast Minsc and Boo. I think I'll just do that. There's a lot of red 2-drops that are decent. Speaking of which, Slickshot Show Off comes back, but maybe I take Loot. Because if I'm going to splash green anyway, Loot is a really good card. There's also Restless Vinestock, which I do like in this kind of deck. I got to cut the Slickshot Show Off. I don't think this card is too functional. There's also Waterlogged Grove. There's also Soul Cauldron if I get Vivi, but we're not looking like we're doing that. I'll just take the Loot. Loot is nice. Oh, Fire Ice came back. Oh, this could be the Eshki Dragonclaw deck, but I got to take Fire Ice. Oh, that's such a shame. I just, with all these Moxes and stuff, this card is going to be good, but I love Fire Ice. You can't say a single bad thing about my favorite card, Fire Ice. It's a blue card, pitches to force, it's a burn spell, does everything. Commercial District, also good, and it does make me sad that I passed 2 blue-red or red-green duels, but well, I'll hate Fire Covenant and or splash it, depending. I mean, I guess Othari, Fire Covenant are both technically splashable cards, depending where things go, though. Mostly, I'm assuming I'm just hate drafting that. All right. Oh, we didn't wheel. I now forget what we were trying to wheel, but it didn't happen. Now I could take Candelabra. I could take Dig Through Time, but I already have Oculus. I could take Sentinel. Let's just take Dig, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Thornspire Verge, base red, and then taps for green if you control a mountain. All right, perfect. I'll take Bob. Kefka is a good card, but I already have the colors I want to splash. All right. Pack 3 time. Let's get an Emerald here. Is that too much to ask for? No, but I will take a Mana Leak. Mana Leak is awesome. Caves of Chaos Adventure is good, but I feel like Mana Leak is going to be much better for this deck, and I already have some Minsc and Boo and Loot here as big drops, passing a Karakas as well, and a Flame Tongue. All right. Just take Mana Leak. Right in here. Deep Cavern Bat, Inti, and Bloodstained Mire. I'm going to take Bloodstained Mire, I think. I feel like I will be fine on playables as always, and now it really makes having a red-green land a big game, but also Bloodstained Mire makes Oculus work better, or Dig if I care about that. If I end up playing both, maybe. It's a shuffle for Sensei's top. I do like a Brain Freeze. Lightning Army of One is kind of cool. I just added that. A lot of white cards in this pack. There's the Paradoxical Outcome, which we unfortunately did not end up doing that. It's just didn't end up that direction. Same with this Upheaval, just not what I want. I guess I'll take Misty. Misty's great. Fixes all my colors. This naturally is a red, green, blue land because I have Volcanic to go get. You know, this Dig is kind of looking like it's going to make it. And then Transpose a new one. So it's 3 mana instant, draw a card, then discard a card, and then lose a life, and then make an 0/1 black wizard, and then it rebounds and does it again, except you don't make the wizard because it's only when you're from your hand. But I think that the card is kind of interesting. All green cards here. There's Elvish Spirit Guide, which is actually really nice with Minsc and Boo, but I think I'll just take Starting Town, and now my mana is certainly fine. Ponder. Oh, Stock Up. I love Stock Up. I'm going to take that. I like Ponder too, but especially with all these Moxes, I think Stock Up is better. Passing Ponder. Lutri is good, but I want Stock Up more, I think. And let's pick 5. All right. I could still see a red-green land, but even if I don't get a red-green land, it's still actually fine. Like Vista, Misty, Starting Town, Thornspire Verge. I've got +1 forest. That's already 5 green sources plus Manamorphose. And of course, there is still time to find that land. I mean, the red-green land would add 3 green sources, so that would be nice, but we'll see. Let's see. Is something coming back here? Yeah, I mean, not... Like if Freebooter gets taken, Cradle, yeah, there's a chance Magda comes back, though I don't think it's very big. It would require probably like Cradle and Mycospawn to be taken. Whoa. Someone used Cogwork out of this pack, and it's 6th pick, and this is what we got. All right, well, I got to take Feywild, I think. I'm not going to take Lorien Revealed. I like Urza, but this is more of a Feywild Caretaker deck. This is not an Urza deck. Yeah. That's a shame. But here we are. And then now, Emberwild Captain Vivi. I didn't take the Soul Cauldron, which is the real good combo with that. There's also Brainstorm with all these fetches. I think I got to just do that. Just make this deck more consistent. I could use one more threat maybe, but I think that the Brainstorm is going to be too good. I mean, my deck has Brainstorm and Iteration, Fire Ice, Manamorphose to find, and Stock Up to find Spell Pierce, Daze, Mana Leak, Force of Will. Like, I have a lot of good counter magic, and then some cards like Minsk, Caretaker, Loot, Oculus that win the game on by themselves. So it's not so much that I'm like a curve out aggro deck, exactly. Ooh, now I'll take a Moloch. That's a card worth splashing. Pass a Ghost Vacuum. Overgrown Tomb actually is a card of value for me because it makes Bloodstained Mire into green, but I think that's fine. I'm not going to get a red-green land at this point, and I do know that. And here, I think I'll just hate the Name Sticker. I'm not going to play it. I don't have a good play after Name Sticker, unless I drew Manamorphose, which that is kind of nice, but I think it's the best card, and it doesn't really make sense to hate a white card. There's so many cards there. I think I want to just take Good King Mog. That card looks pretty annoying for me to play against, so do that. So what did I pass for red-green lands? Loot, I took over a tapped one. Oh, I love Fairy Mastermind. Take that easy. Loot, I took over a red-green tap land, and Iteration, I took over a Stomping Ground. Yeah. Maybe I would trade the Iteration back, but I also still think I'm in pretty good shape mana-wise, so... Okay, and here, I guess Pilgrim's probably the best card. Currently, I'm at 16 lands plus 2 Moxes plus Oliphant, so I guess I would kind of like one more playable. I've got white and black cards I could splash, but I'm probably not going to. I have Displacer Kitten but with a lot of spells and Sensei's Top. Displacer Kitten, Loot, Minsk, Feywild, Trinket Mage. Those are all kind of nice. I have a lot of lands, though, so I actually don't... The fact that I'm a playable short also means I'm not that sad that I passed up on the red-green land. I feel like I will be fine here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green sources if I want to play one forest. And I'll take the Myco Spawn, I guess. Or maybe Arwen. Arwen looks probably more annoying for me to play against. I could Crucible here. I guess I'll just... Yeah, I mean, I guess passing Cogwork last pick doesn't really make sense. Okay, so I also could just randomly run the Upheaval. I don't really want to do that. Or Name Sticker. I mean, Name Sticker Manamorphose is very good, so that is something worth considering. All right. Let's see how this goes. All right, so did end up one card short. Well, I'll just play a Displacer Kitten. It's busted with Loot, Caretaker, Minsk and Boo, and Trinket Mage. And it's a blue card for Force of Will, so there we go. I'm going to play 2 forests, because then I'll end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green sources plus Manamorphose, because I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 red plus Manamorphose, and also 11 blue. This is 6, 10, 11. So that looks pretty good to me. Let's take a look at our teammates. All right, so looking at these, Mac has an Academy-less Academy deck that really needs to draw this 1 Mana Vault. Because he has Manifold Key, Voltaic Key. God, he really needed a Grim Monolith too. He does have Balance, Swords, Fractured, Time Spiral, Urza. Got a really late Urza, which is nice, but this deck is a little short on mana to be a good Academy deck, unfortunately. The Paradoxical Alchemy in the sideboard, tragic. Will has a very solid red-black aggro deck with like Thoughtseize, Pyroblast, Soul Rend, Bowmasters, Animate Dead, a bunch of like hasters like Screaming Nemesis, Tersa, Stormseeker, Flame Tongue, Fiery Confluence, Captain. Yeah, I like this deck. Good mana too. And Max has a Thassa's Oracle, Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze, Doomsday deck, but no LED, Lotus Petal to go to infinite off Brain Freeze, Breach, or at least like to combo off, I guess. It's not ever infinite. And has a Bolas's Citadel, is just casting. The Vivi is going to be very helpful for mana, but Caves of Chaos Adventure, Defiler, Deluge, Doomsday. Yeah, this Urborg is going to have to pull a lot of weight. There's an Academy there that does help. The combo with Breach, Brain Freeze when you don't have a mana generating artifact is basically get up to like, with Frantic Search. Oh, that's actually pretty easy. You just go Breach, Frantic Search a bunch of times, Brain Freeze, or you have 6 mana. You can go Breach, Frantic Search like twice, Brain Freeze, that sort of thing. So it is doable, especially with like Bobble and stuff, but well, this is going to be an interesting one. All right, well, this might be a tough draft. We don't have a lot of power. I'm the only person with power on our team, and we know Falero has at least 1 piece, so we're a little outmatched there. I'll see how we do. Alrighty, time for round one. I would like to play first. Oy, oy, oy. This hand good? I guess it's actually fine. I mean, I'm not happy about a 5-lander, but I get to go turn 1 top, turn 2 Drakehatcher, and I could end up using top to make Drakehatcher more of a threat. I don't know, maybe that's a mulligan. Sensei's top is a powerful card, especially with a fetch. There's a lot I can find, and I have a lot of card draw, so I think I'm going to run it, but if I had 1 Mox, this hand would be awesome. Yes, Moxes in your opening hand are good. That is typically the case. Guide of Souls, all right. Well, I mean, Drakehatcher is good against Guide of Souls. Well, Spell Pierce, not so exciting. So I think what I'm going to do is upkeep. I'm going to spin top with this mountain and kind of decide what to do from there, because there's a chance I want to tap the top on my upkeep, draw a card, redraw top, spend a mana to play top to make this into a 2/4. Hope the Drakehatcher doesn't die here. That would make this a lot worse. Doesn't look great for me though. What is this? Yeah, it is not. All right. Well, I'm going to top upkeep now just to look for something to play. Okay. Action. Iteration brainstorm. Okay. So let's go draw, play Prismatic Vista, pass the turn. And I have red and green, so I can crack this Prismatic Vista for an island if I need to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to brainstorm. Yeah, I mean, that brainstorm iteration are the kind of cards that make me keep this hand, stock up, you know, that sort of thing. Because hopefully, I mean, if Multani plays a creature this turn, I'm in really good, or a spell this turn, a non-creature spell, then I'm in really good shape. Because if I get to land Spell Pierce here, that'd be awesome. Even if I don't, though, I get to brainstorm, put back 2 lands, crack, spin top, and have a play here. But it would be awesome if this was like a Dak Faden or something like that. Then I'm loving my spot. But also, I did pass. I was basically red-blue passing to red-blue, which always is a good sign. The mana drain worked. I have to worry about Headliner Scarlet still for sure. And obviously it looks like I have a counter up, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Guide of Souls does imply a lot of creatures in the deck, which is a little unfortunate because Spell Pierce can't stop them. Like I could definitely be behind here if they've got a good 3-drop, but we'll have to see what it is. Oh, yes. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I even have the days, so I can do this. Put back. I'm going to put back 2 lands. The question is, yeah, I guess I can always crack this for... I'm going to crack Prismatic Vista for blue. I'm going to put back Island. The question is, do I want to keep Misty or Thornspire Verge? Misty is a fetch land. Obviously, that's good. But I can't... I'd have to get a basic forest with it. Let me see. I don't have any double red cards. Yeah, so I guess probably putting back the Thornspire Verge is fine then. Okay, Island. And Spell Pierce. And I don't think I upkeep top because I can just cast Iteration, and I think that's going to be better. I'm just going to look at all these cards anyways. So, and I'll have more mana up. All right, Iteration. Ruby's nice too. Force of Will, Manamorphose. Let's put Force into my hand. Force on the bottom. Exile Manamorphose. Play Ruby. Cast Manamorphose. Adding blue, red. Draw. Spin the top with my blue. Bloodstained Loot Sapphire. All right. I don't think I want to shuffle, so I'll just play this and pass. All right. I would rather not use Force of Will this turn, but if I have to, I can. I can force pitching the Feywild Caretaker and then loot and draw 3. Or I could tap the top to draw, force pitching loot and play Feywild Caretaker. So all of those are viable options. White Plume Adventurer. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I think I do want to force here. I think I'd rather force pitching loot. I either tap the top to draw. Let's see, if I play Feywild. Yeah, I think I'd rather force pitching loot. So let's just draw. Don't love pitching loot, but I think Feywild Caretaker is going to end up being better. Draw top. I have the days, so I don't have to worry about this. Feywild Caretaker and days, subtlety, force of will are all on my team, and you can't force of negation this. Here I'll get a forest. Pass the turn. All right, and I make a token. Didn't get hit by like Pyrokinesis or Solitude or anything. Also, they missed a land drop there, so countering the White Plume I think worked out really nicely. Upkeep, I'm probably just going to forge onto the fairy. In order for Multani to take the initiative, they have to have 2 removal spells here, which is pretty unlikely given they're stuck on 3 mana. They kind of need a free spell. Mac has the Swords to Plowshares, so feeling pretty good about this. And next turn, upkeep, I'll probably top. Descendant of Storms, sure. That is not a big deal. The Guide of Souls gets 1 counter. Flame Slash the Feywild. Oh, Galvanic Discharge. Oh, with the Guide of Souls energy, sure. Okay. That's pretty annoying. All right. Well, I think I'll block here, because I'd rather take the initiative and upkeep or keep the initiative than... I really don't want them playing a land this turn. And they have another creature? Oh, cycle Eagles to play a land. Okay. All right, this is going to be close. Upkeep, I'm going to spin top or scry first. I guess... I think I'll just scry first. Keep my mana up. Oh, Mawloc and Displacer Kitten. Okay. Oh yeah, so let's put these on top. Top. Draw. And then go Mawloc. Wait, hold on. I can do it for 5. Yeah, that's probably going to be better. So let's go. I wasn't quite able to Mawloc and Displacer Kitten the same turn, but I think doing this for 5, because you draw a card when you do this for 5. Looks pretty good. And I think I eat the Descendant of Storms, because they're not very close to having Guide of Souls go. All right. Well, I like that. Now, even if I lose the initiative this turn to another removal spell, Minsc and Boo gets to come in and play the next turn, which is pretty nice. Could also top still if I need to. The only thing that's a little unfortunate here is I can't throw the Minsc and Boo token at the Guide of Souls. Okay, they had Exercise, so they're going to get the initiative. Oh, so they played their land, so they don't have another land. All right, this looks fine to me then. They'll have a land plus 1 spell in hand, but it wasn't a 3 mana spell. It could be a mana drain. That's unfortunate. Okay. Oh man, am I going to lose this game? I kind of feel like I am now. Let's upkeep top. Let's look for a mana leak or something. Oh, days. All right, so my next hit is going to be a stash. So let's go draw Minsc and Boo. I just feel very strongly I'm getting mana drained. Oh, I'm not getting mana drained. Okay. Make a token. I'll put 3 counters on it. Hit for 4 here. take the initiative, get a treasure. Stash. And then draw stock up and then just cast stock up here. Probably getting the top back. Yeah, I'll get top and Sapphire, I think. Well, yeah, because I don't think I need to play Meyer. I'd rather just play Sapphire. All right, pass the turn. So they can get back the initiative here, but they have a Minsk and Boo to deal with, and Daze maybe doesn't do much, but we'll have to see. I also I have a lot of mana. I have a lot more than they do. I have 3 more mana than they do. That does matter, especially with the top out. I get to look at a lot of cards here. All right, got game 1 here. Oh, playing with Jeskai. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of sideboarding, so let's just play it as it lies. I mean, I guess I could board a Namesticker or Upheaval, or in a pinch, I could try boarding in Fire Covenant. But I think we're okay here. Yeah, this hand's okay. This hand is like the last hand, except on the draw. Okay, I'll keep. I mean, I have more spells, but it's also just like top plus air mostly. So hopefully they don't have a Descendant on one. Nice. All right, so let's go Bauble first. I'm going to Bauble target myself. I want to play this top, but I can crack a fetch if I don't like my top card. Loot. So Loot's kind of interesting because I can Trinket Mage for a Mox on 3. Would I rather have Loot or a random card? I think I'd rather have Loot. So let's just play top. Pass the turn, draw Loot. I'm not going to top upkeep. I don't think, because, well, I could. Because I could cast Iteration and hope to hit one of my 2 Moxes to get a 2-for-1, or they didn't play anything. Or I could spin upkeep. I think I'm just going to draw. And I guess this I want to get Volcanic with. I feel like since I have plays the next 2 turns, let's just do this. And if we spike a Mox, it's incredible. And if it gets countered, that's fine too. All right. Oh, wow. Awkward. Yeah, this is... I think I got to put Force in hand, Minsk on the bottom, and I just exile this island. All right. Like, this way, if they play a White Plume next turn, I can just force it. Oh, end of turn Felia? Okay, that one's fine because I have the Mawlock. And I guess what I'll do is I'll probably force pitching Trinket Mage because I think next turn they're going to play like White Plume or something here. Or something good to Felia is my guess. Fable, yeah. Force that. Oops. Play it this way. Pitching Trinket Mage. And that means their Felia doesn't have anything that it can blink to get bigger unless they play a 0 mana card, which doesn't seem very likely here. And next turn, I guess just Forest, play Mawlock, eat the Felia. I end up with a 3/3 Mawlock in play at the start of their turn, and I don't spin top. Yeah, you can exile the top. That's fine. Oh, a Mox. Okay, well, that's incredible. Of course, Moxes are great. Let's go. Let's just play Mawlock for 4 here. It just now can't get killed by Galvanic Discharge, which is nice. And then next turn I can just play Loot if I want, or I can spin top. You have a bit of incentive to wait till 6 mana to play Loot, just because it does let you activate the ability. But on the other hand, it does attack for 4 with haste. It's not that bad. Force of Will continuing to deliver. I mean, that card is just awesome. And we'll see what they do this turn. Could play Loot Lauren. Oh, I guess I'm not playing Loot. All right, Lauren, kill my Mox. Yeah, that's fine. So that means I will top on upkeep then. No land. All right, so let's go upkeep. Spin top. Dig through time? Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. That is perfect. Land. I'm just going to do this now so I don't get a mana drained or something. Island. Dig. I don't have anything that cares about the graveyard, I don't think, so let's just dig for the full amount. And I get to pick up 2 cards, and I have played a land already. Oculus is not looking great. Maybe Mox. Oh, Displacer Kitten. Yeah, that's the plan. All right, and I don't need to play the Mox here. Yeah, I'm fine attacking here. I'll trade 4 for 2. I feel like that's fine. Spin top end of turn. Next turn, if I find a land, I can go loot. I'm not quite there, but loot Kitten is just, you win the game really quickly. You just like draw 3 cards or add 3 mana, play a thing, especially with Sensei's top too. You get to do a lot of stuff. All right, what do they got? Risky White Plume. Oh no, this is Prismatic Ending. All right, fine by me. Into Guide of Souls. They could consider tapping the Loran because they're missing a land drop here, but looks like they're not going to. All right, kind of don't mind a land. Oh yeah, Daze too. So let's go. Draw. Mox. Loot. And I get to attack too. Leaving up Ancestral and Lightning Bolt here. This having double Mox in your deck definitely makes loot better. So take it, and I don't think there's a reason to do anything right now. If they try to kill loot, I can draw in response, but it's a good blocker. Okay, well, they have to have something pretty good this turn, or they're in a lot of trouble. Galvanic Discharge after getting an energy again. Council's Judgment. Oh, Joshua Phoenix is dominant. All right, so let's draw 3 cards. Daze Returning Island. They're missing land drops. Let's just Daze their 3/4. Boom. All right, now they get to hit me, and I go to 10. Oh, good. The dog has come back in the room with a cone on. That's a great sign. Let's draw off top. Draw. Land. Here, let's tap. Oh, let's attack with loot first, I think. Because I'm going to start tapping this in a second here. Though I guess I'm going to untap it a bunch, so maybe I could have waited in case I was attacking with Minsc and Boo as well. Let's add 3 blue. Play Kitten. Meow. Sensei's top. Flicker loot. Oh, that actually wasn't even the right way to do it, because now I don't have access to green mana. Oops. Well, whatever. I think I'll be fine. Draw 3. I mean, I'm going to have a... Let's see. I could blink the Kitten. Let's just pass with Fire Ice up to blink. Yeah, so I guess I've never loot Kitten before. I guess I wanted to add 3 green, leave a green floating, play top, flicker this, add more mana. Yeah, I could have won very easily there. I also think I'm still going to win very easily, but good learning. I'd rather learn that in a game where I can't really lose, or at least it's very difficult to lose, than a really close game, because I definitely spewed there. So yeah, I was supposed to be able to go off, I think even win that turn. Let's see. Yeah, because I get to make a bunch of mana, tap top to draw a card, draw 3 with top, play top, make a bunch of mana, tap top, draw, etc., etc. Okay, they're going to attack? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's right to just get that 2 points of damage in, sure. I'll just wait here. I'm going to just cast this Fire Ice if they try to kill my loot or my Kitten. That's about it. Okay, we each draw. Okay. Do I want to play Fairy Mastermind end of turn? I really don't even think I should, unless they're like tapped out or something. Loot Kitten is just out of control, so I guess they're going to maybe Galvanic. They have no... Okay, they have no energy. Sure. And then Burst Lightning it. Yeah, let's go Fire. Target Guide of Souls for 2. Kitten loot, and that should just do it. Because it's not even like a counterspell saves them here. Like the loot is just a new thing. So unless they have another removal spell, this is not looking great. Oh, poor dog is limping her paw. Must have hurt her paw. All right, well, let's draw upkeep. I mean, this is just extremely over. So now let's add 3 green. Play top. Blink loot. I mean, let's just get this over with. Deal 3. Let top resolve. I can't even get like brain freezed here because my teammate has the brain freeze. Draw with top. Cast stock up, leaving a green. Flicker loot. Stock up, pick up top. Yeah, and phew, all lands. Doesn't matter. Add 3 green, top. Flicker this. Bolt you. Draw a card. Metamorphose. All right, there we go. And then I still have Brainstorm into Bolt in response if I need to. All right, 1-0. Nice. We take those. Loot Displacer Kitten did the thing. All right, round 2, playing against Fulero, captain of their team. Well, we just knew Fulero, and he got his buddies to draft. It's been a fun weekly event, though. On the draw, playing against green-white beats. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I like, what do I have? I don't have a ton of removal. That's like, I have Minsk, Moloch, Fire Ice, and Loot plus counter spells. But I have really good threats, so I might side in, I probably will side in Swamp, Fire Covenant, and then Swamp gives me Mire plus Prismatic Vista plus Starting Town plus Swamp. It's 4 sources plus Metamorphose. That's pretty legit. Yeah, I mean, I will definitely keep this hand. Spell Pierce not the best thing against Fulero, but Fire Ice is pretty good, and Force of Will is obviously great. I think, depending on what Fulero does on one, well, I'm not going to force that because I can just Fire Ice the cats. I think I'm going to draw Mox. Let's just play top, I think. I don't think Fulero is going to play a Spell Pierceable card on turn 2. I do probably have to force that. Yeah, all right. Pitching that Spell Pierce. Nice curve there, Fulero. Oh, Moloch's really good. That's going to be good at some point. But I'm going to fire these two because he also has Gaia's Cradle in his deck. So I really don't want to end up in a spot where he just plays that and plays a 4-drop. All right, well, 3 for 2 in his favor. But it doesn't seem to have incredible follow-up. Let's top upkeep. All right, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to get Forest and Moloch that Elvish Mystic. Boom. Pass the turn. Now I'm up. I don't know if he needed the mana, but felt like it was a good play. And then upkeep. So the advantage to topping, obviously, is that I get to find a good play. Oh, 6 is pretty annoying. Oh, that's what Fulero opened, huh? Nice. All right. But the disadvantage is exactly Minsk and Boo is the card I would miss out on playing. I think I should top. I think I should. Well, I'm glad I did. Pass the turn here. I mean, I'm probably going to play the Fairy Mastermind and double block here, but we'll see what Fulero does. Cast Luminarch. Oh, I was going to cast Luminarch first. Yes, that's not even really going to work. That's a shame. All right. I don't think I want to do any of these things now. Unless he puts it on the Aspirant. which you definitely could. Sadly, Full Arrow made a good decision. Bristly Bill, Gaia's Cradle, geez. And I guess I'll just take it. I think I'm in a ton of trouble here. Lotus 6 is a really nice combo. End of turn. Metamorphose, blue, red, draw, spin top. Wow, that's cool. Play Fairy Mastermind. Draw, spin top. Let's see if I get any good moves. He's got Gaia's Cradle in hand, which he chose not to play because of, 6 purposes. And 2 unknowns, which maybe, well, it's kind of confusing. What are these cards? If there were spells, he could have played with Lotus probably. He doesn't have 7 mana if he wants to discard Cradle, or 6 if he just wants to play Cradle. But he also chose not to play Bristly Bill. So I guess I don't really know what's up. And here, Drake Hatcher, huh? Well, I mean, it's better than the other cards, but I think I'm just going to have to use Fairy Mastermind here. This is brutal. I don't even think attacking makes that much sense. Let's just pass the turn. Okay. Moves end of turn? No? All right. A lot of mana. A lot of cards. Not loving this. Here's Bristly Bill out of the graveyard. Discarding an island. Cradle. Oh, you can double all the counters too. Yeah, I don't think I really have outs here, to be honest. My deck is very good at getting ahead and staying ahead. I don't think it's a little less good at coming back from behind. I mean, I guess if I were to manage to get loot plus Displacer Kitten going, that's a different thing. Hex Drinker, Urza Saga, Windswept Heath. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. It's fine. Can deal another 3 to me if he wants, but probably isn't going to do that unless he's got. I guess he's got a lot of lands. Maybe it's worth cracking Lotus to do that. All right, no, he did not. It has Urza Saga in hand. Plus, who knows what. End of turn, I'm just going to use the Fairy Mastermind, draw a Drake Hatcher and a land. Oh, okay. More things, huh? Parallax Wave, all right. Definitely had enough here. Okay, here. Do I want Upheaval? Oh, I want Fire Covenant. That's what I want. So I'm going to put in Fire Covenant. Put in Swamp over probably a Mountain, which is kind of funny because I'm putting in the Covenant, but I still think that's fine. I need to cut a card. Should it be Spell Pierce? You can Spell Pierce Lotus, Spell Pierce Parallax Wave, Spell Pierce Pest Infestation. Maybe I take Drake Hatcher out, but Drake Hatcher also seems good. I think I'll take that out. All right. Let's get in there. On the play. So if I get to turn 3 and I cast Trinket Mage, it's pretty good. I've got a Force for an early play. All right. I think this hand's okay, but I don't think it's very good. I don't know. It seems a little better than Mulling. If I draw any Mox on turn 2, then this hand becomes awesome. Once upon a time, sure. I also like fetch plus Force of Will. I'm not going to force Hex Drinker, I don't think. Feels like I can do better. Oh, Metamorphose. Huh. Let's get an island. Metamorphose, red, blue. Because if I hit a cantrip... classic. I just have a lot more. I have Third Path Iconoclast, Sensei's Tap, all these things. Yeah, I'll force this one, though. Force this. I'm just going to pitch the Dig Through Time because I'm going to Oculus with my mana first. Okay, well, the mana leak means at least if I don't draw a land here, I have a play for next turn. I really hope he doesn't just... I'll take the upkeep stuff off. I don't need that right now. Okay, yeah, we're mana leaking that for sure. Okay. Any lands? I mean, he's got to have a land if he's making that play, I would imagine. And then pump the Hex Drinker once? No, even better. Play an elf. All right. Land. Sometimes you're just cursed, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I'm basically 0% at this point, because even if I draw a land, it's just like I'm so far behind here. Like, I don't think I can beat Hex Drinker. Okay, well, cool stuff. On to round 3. All right, on the draw against Mono Black Reanimator with Entomb, Imperial Seal, Archon of Cruelty, Reanimate. So I'm tempted with this Pierce, but I think I will mulligan. All right, I'll definitely keep this, and I think I put back Loot. This doesn't have Disruption, but turn 1 Hatcher, turn 2 attack for 3, make a Drake is pretty good. So I guess I'll run this, and opponent does have Deep Cavern Bat and Kite Sail Freebooter, so that keeping the Spell Pierce hand, there's a lot of ways that doesn't work out. Besides the fact that I just, including Probe. Probe on the Spell Pierce would have already made it like not great. And this way I get to at least kind of be proactive, see a bunch of cards. I have a good amount of mana here. Seems fine to me. I'm glad I mulligan, that's for sure. Okay. So I've got this. They must have Imperial Seal, is my guess. There's not that much to think about on turn 1. And if you have like Duress or Inquisition, we'll just cast them and take the Mox. If you have Entomb, you can just, it's an instant, so you can wait on it. So I feel like Imperial Seal is the most likely decision, but we'll see. All right, Swamp. Yep, that's where Mono Black decks will start. It's with the Swamp. Man, I wish I'd not gotten steamrolled by Falero so bad. My deck I don't think is bad. And wait for it. Imperial Seal. Yep. All right. That honestly does make me a little less happy to run the Draycatcher plan. But if they just had it all rolled up, right? Imperial Seal, Entomb, Reanimate, 2 lands. Then, or, whatever combination of those things. Imperial Seal plus Entomb or Reanimate. Get the other one. Then, I guess so be it. I feel like I still have to play the game such that I can try to win it, which I think does involve casting Draycatcher on turn 1. And basically, if I play as if I'm going to get turn 2 Archon every game, I just don't think that's a good plan. I don't know. Liliana? Oh. That's fine. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't think that's terrible for me. All right, let's go Manamorphose. Draw. Oh. All right, fire 1 and 1. Boom. Forest top and have an upkeep stop. All right, well, that worked out just fine because now they're down an Imperial Seal and a Lotus Petal and don't have a discard outlet. Emperor of Bones. Okay. Well, I don't really have a good way to get rid of that except Moloch. I guess I should try to hold off on cycling this Oliphant. So I think what I'm going to do is upkeep top, and I guess I don't want to tap the Forest. I'll tap the Ruby is fine. Any Molochs? Daze, Bloodstained Mire. Third Path, huh? I don't really want any of those. I'm just going to play my Misty, and I think just pass the turn. I could Sensei's top now, but I don't really... There's not a whole lot I would actually want to play at this point in time, so I feel like third path is a little bit small ball. With the Emperor Bones in play, I do feel some pressure to get rid of it. Because if they ever have Entomb or Archon, they get to just do that whole thing. Well, a discard outlet for Archon or an Entomb. Okay, 3 cards. Exile. They're just eating those. It is making my Oculus and Dig worse, that's for sure. Any moves? Knight's Whisper. I might as well spin top now, I guess. Still Dig, huh? All right. Okay, let's crack Misty. Let's just get Volcanic. Look at my top 3. Okay, well, Oliphant has to get cycled now. Get another mountain. I guess getting Volcanic off Misty, I'm going to end up with more red than I want. Yeah, that's fine, though. Upkeep top. Okay, this is incredible, but sure. Bloodstained Mire. Spin top. Third path. I don't really want the third path still. Spin top, C3 lands, shuffle. Getting a land out of my deck. Spin top, C3 lands. Luckily, I have another shuffle effect here. I mean, if I can put Oliphant into play, I'll take 6, 12. I'll go to 5, but then at least the Emperor will have done its thing. That's not the worst, but I guess as it turns out, putting back the loot after a mulligan was pretty costly, but I didn't think I was supposed to keep it given the circumstances. Okay, yeah, exile Oliphant. Yeah, I guess so. I don't have any bounce spells, so my Fire Ice is gone, so I guess I'll just take my 12. Take my 12 and not like it. And then the Emperor Bones is lethal next turn. Well, I mean, Feywild Caretaker is also a pretty good draw. Loot, any of these things. This is pretty awesome how many lands I'm seeing here. Now I wish I had a third path. I guess I'll stock up here. Loot Sapphire, but too little too late. Spin. Huh. I'm close to Oculusing. Well, I guess what I can do is this. Play a mountain. Guess I'll play the Mox. Why not? Pass the turn and put Fairy Mastermind into play as a chump blocker. I don't have enough stuff for Oculus because of that. Occult Epiphany for 1. All right. Discard that Archon, but currently no way that I know of to animate it, but let's see. And continuing, like I wouldn't have been able to Oculus last turn, but I would be able to Oculus this turn if this hadn't worked out that way. So I guess I still don't really want the Oculus, so I'll just draw. I assume I'm dead here. Oh, okay. Didn't have a removal spell. That's good at least. Go to 3. Reanimate the Archon. Get it done. Deep Cavern Bat. No. Not good news either. Loot might have actually been sufficient to put myself in a decent spot. Well, never mind. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. All right. Next game. I don't really want Fire Covenant. Don't want Name Sticker, Upheaval. No, I like Combat. All right. Well, I'd like to play first. Okay. This is a good hand. Not the 0 I'm hoping to my opening hand, but a good hand nonetheless. I'm going to play Bobble on turn 1. Well, am I going to play Bobble on turn 1? That's actually interesting. I give up a 1/1? No, I suppose I'll just go Mountain. And then turn 2, third path Bobble. I think getting a 1/1 token is better than getting a slightly better card selection. Oh, I've got Mire. Mire doesn't get green, so I could keep it for a shuffle effect. I guess that's fine. Third path. Bobble. And I want to Bobble on my turn because Imperial Seal on top, because I want to draw a blue card that's not stock up to pitch to force if I have to. Oh, the Moloch. I can't cast off the Mire. Uh-oh. If I get a Freebooted or Deep Cavern batted here, it would be pretty annoying. Though there's a good chance they're casting Imperial Seal. All right, well, they see the Force of Will. Probe is a really strong card. Very annoying for them to know I have Force of Will here, because that is going to make their life... Well, Force of Will makes their life hard, but knowing I have it means they're not going to like go all in on Entomb, Reanimate, Imperial Seal, and all that. The good news is if they're tanking from it, maybe they don't have like Bat or Freebooter. Freebooter actually would be really annoying because it could block my soldier tokens too. Okay, no plays, and they're not Imperial Sealing either. Interesting. So I'm just going to get to cast Stock Up here. Is that what it sounds like? Not land. And if I draw a land, at least please be a forest. Or they upkeep killing my third path. Yeah, all right. That's fine. Oh, okay. Starting town at least. This is the last turn it's untapped, but it gives me green. Let's pick up Feywild Caretaker, Dig Through Time. And right, you can't auto pass with Dig in hand for some reason. The Delve cards just kind of don't work that way. I will probably pitch the Dig to force here. Drawing the green means I have Moloch is on, so if they play a... I'm going to let that resolve. I'm certainly not forcing that. If they play a mana, like a Bat or Freebooter, I've got it. Okay, this seems like it'd be a good turn to draw another counter spell. Doc Ock. Well, now I get to cast Dig Through Time. So that's pretty nice. And I can just pitch the Oculus to Force of Will. All right. Dig Confined Mana Leak. Also, if they play something that I need to force first... They have a lot more animates. I'm just going to force that pitching Oculus. The reason I'm doing that now is I'm going to pitch Oculus pretty much anyways. And now if I cast Dig, I can get Volcanic with the Bloodstained Mire and cast Dig and still have Spell Pierce up. Also, against a deck that has like Emperor Bones, Life Death, Reanimate, it feels pretty good to just counter the Entomb, though you don't always do that, of course. Dig, and this time I will leave Stock Up in the graveyard. Not that it matters too much. Dig. I would have even hit the Spell Pierce. All right, I'll take Pierce and Iteration. I don't think I care about Draycatcher here. Do I want to burn a Manamorphose first? Yeah, sure. Find a Daze maybe. All right, well, I'm going to play the Feywild Caretaker because I want to start trying to win this game. If they have a counter, but we haven't really seen that from them. And here, I guess I'll get Forest, so I don't have to take Pain to cast green spells. And if they kill the Feywild Caretaker, then, well, so be it. I don't get my 1/1. Okay, Forest... don't think there's a drawback to attacking. It does seem likely that they'll kill the Feywild Caretaker here. That's like definitely a thing they could have. I feel like I was getting set up where they were thinking I would let the Entomb resolve and then have double animate. So bitter. Oh, and they discarded an island. Nice. So they can animate the Feywild here. But I actually should be fine because I can go Moloch for 2, kill the Feywild, and then fire the fairy token and take back the initiative. I mean, if they play more things, then maybe I'm not, but we'll have to see. The 1 token is helpful. 2 good removal spells, unfortunately. All right. So I kind of feel like they have 1 more animate in hand. That's my guess at least, but who knows? I mean, if they have more stuff, then that's bad for me. You know, shocker. I'm going to just take the initiative back here. I don't think Spell Pierce is good enough to justify not doing that play. Okay, and they're at 6. Yeah, I'll take Forge and put it on the soldier token. So now these are both lethal. All right. And Moloch even exiles the Feywild. Not that they have animates that can get it, I don't think. All right, on to game 3. And still no sideboarding here, so let's just get in. All right, I mean, Force of Will and Spell Pierce and Daze are pretty good against the animate deck, even if I have no graveyard disruption. Well, I got to keep this hand. This hand looks nice. It'd be nice if they didn't have Gitaxian Probe this game, because I feel like the Spell Pierce will be really good if that's the case. And I'm going to keep this. They mulligan a car. That helps. Dig looking really nice with 2 cantrips and a Spell Pierce already, and a Mox. So it's like, this looks like a turn 4 dig just for 4 or something along those lines. I think on my turn, assuming they just go like land go or, you know, don't do something to interact, I could... maybe they have Imperial Seal again. I guess what I'd do is I go Mountain, Sapphire, Bauble, and then I just don't... and crack the Bauble, and I just don't use Manamorphose because I want to have Spell Pierce up on their turn 2. Emperor of Bones is like the card I want to see least here because it's going to be a threat and eat into my dig through time. Oh, Trinket Mage. Okay. I'm just going to play the Bauble. Bauble you. All right, Life Death. That's a really good one to know about. Pass the turn. Draw. Iteration, also a pretty nice one. No Emperor, please. Probe, always probe. Probe into Emperor Bones is just going to be like, okay. Oh, if I had drawn the Ruby, I could play Trinket for Sapphire and have Spell Pierce up. That's funny. But I do the Sapphire, so it's not a play I can make. If they played Night's Whisper, I am firing off the Spell Pierce. All right. Do I want to iterate Manamorphose end of turn? I don't think so. Let's just take my turn. I think I'm just going to go Iteration here. I guess I'll put Kitten in hand, Oculus on the bottom, play Prismatic Vista, have Spell Pierce up still. I feel like with Dig Through Time, I just don't want to have both. And it's not that Displacer Kitten is amazing, but it does actually do a little with Trinket Mage. Okay. That's annoying. So did they just draw that? Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'll crack this. Island. All right, can I just get a Fire Ice? Oh, even better. Moloch. All right, let's go Moloch. For 1. Oh, what a good draw. All right, I got pretty lucky there. Humph. Eat that. Emperor Bones is gone. My graveyard is safe. I still have Spell Pierce up, which again they know about, but doesn't mean that it's easy for them, especially since they did miss a land drop last turn. So I can't Spell Pierce that. I guess they can Night's Whisper. Yeah, let's just fire it off. It's basically trading for Lotus Petal, letting me use my mana, and then setting up dig on my turn. I would like to find some more things. Let's go here. Let's actually go. No, I want to Manamorphose into Trinket Mage, and I hope I don't draw the Mox, I guess, but it's okay if I do. Trinket Mage, yes. Ruby. Ruby. Sensei's top. All right. Well, I'm set up now. If they can do the whole thing in one turn, then more power to them, I guess. Okay. 4 mana, no plays. I'll play Fairy Mastermind. I'm not going to upkeep top, I don't think. Because I have dig up and I'm fine drawing whatever. Fine drawing almost anything. All right, well, let's attack. And I have dig for 4 mana. Oh, Urtai? Sure. Blow up Moloch, I draw a card. Oh, this is interesting now. Because I could play Oculus. I think I should still probably just dig. Well, they have 4 cards. If I play Oculus, I mean, it actually fills the graveyard for dig reasonably well, and this kills them in like 1 turn, or very close to it. So let's just play that, play a land. Pass the turn, upkeep. Spin top. Mana Leak and Daze and Force of Will are the cards I want to find here. Any of those. Okay, so now I go Mana Leak on top, on the bottom. Manifest a Forest or whatever. And I have 9. Which is, again, not lethal, but makes Imperial Seal life, or makes like life death and stuff like that a lot worse. I guess if they could life death Urtai, all right. I can't Mana Leak it. They kill the Oculus. I draw a card. And then they're at 7, facing down these. These trade, they go to 5. And then they reanimate that. That I will Mana Leak, though. I'm not interested in getting Oct here. Okay, and let's spin top. Brainstorm. Well, that looks good. So let's go draw. Brainstorm. Oh, Feywild Caretaker? Yeah, that sounds great to me. Well, let's attack first. I assume they're going to trade for this forest here, but no reason to show them the Caretaker first. Never casting this Kitten, and probably, if I had to guess, not casting this Dig Through Time, but I feel like it's getting pretty hard for them to put a Archon into play, given that they've Emperor of Bones and their other reanimates are all gone, and then also they don't have, all their animates cost life, so, and they don't even have it in the graveyard. 3 blue, 3 red. I'll just get forest. And pass the turn. Okay, they're at 5. Yeah, they got to be dead here. I don't think there's a whole lot that can save them. All right. That was a battle, but looks like we pulled out the 2-1. Not unhappy about that. I do find it funny that the dig in my opening hand, I'm just never going to end up playing. I mean, it's possible they can get out of this. I just don't think it's very likely. I guess if they had a way to like clone the Feywild or something, but I also am just going to get to dig and find Minsk and Boo or loot or something like that. Boom. All right. 2-1. All right. We don't know the conclusion of the draft yet. We're actually up 5-4. Love to see that. But I want to take a look at the draft log. That was kind of an interesting draft. So obviously Ruby, and then it did turn out that Multani did take the mana drain. So pick Ruby, then pick Sapphire. Again, gotta do that. Third pick, Bauble. Really, I think I can only really justify 3 cards here, and honestly, really only 2, if we're being completely honest. Because I think Bauble, which I did pick, is great. I think when you start with red and blue Mox, if I started with like white and black Moxes, for example, this pick, I wouldn't have just taken Vindicate, but I might have taken like Tundra or something. I would have considered doing that. Maybe I still take Bauble. Bauble is just really good. I think Tundra is a fine pick. The alpha duals are really good. Having access to them is quite strong. And it touches blue, which is a color you want to be. And then there's Skydiver, just because you have the two Moxes. I think that's like a little bit cowardly. But I stand by the Bauble pick. And then this pick, I stand by Spell Pierce. I don't think you could keep redoing this draft, and I would just take Spell Pierce. You know, I looked at 14,000 universes, and every single one I took Spell Pierce out of this pack. I just don't think that you should take a Frantic Search this early. There's no real reason to take Plateau. I guess if you could like take Tundra Plateau and have the perfect Jeskai start, maybe, but I still probably take Spell Pierce. And then the next best cards, there's like, again, Frantic Search, Bitter Triumph, Walking Ballista, Plateau. There's nothing else. And I would not take any of the other cards over Spell Pierce that early. Stand by the top pick. Top with Mox, if you saw the way those games played out, land Mox top just means that because the Mox gives you that extra burst of mana, you just spend the rest of the game drawing good cards and with shuffle effects. There's also Relic and Tersa are the other two cards I'd be interested in. Inquisition is good. If this is a black Mox, I would have probably taken Inquisition, but I don't know. It matters what you want to be the colors of your Mox, and that is a good plan overall. And I wouldn't take Land Cyclers here. I think, again, easy Prismatic Vista. I just feel like this first set of picks weren't that hard. And then here, I guess if I had taken Inquisition, I would have taken Caustic Bronco here, and that would have just been that kind of deck. I liked Upheaval because I still thought with double Mox, top, Bauble, I could definitely be Artifacts. As it turns out, there's two other people at the table going Artifacts, so it really did not work out to do that. And then there's also Shelduck Isle and Ultima, but I don't really like Ultima that much when I have two Mox. And Trinket Mage over Pentad Prism, Galvanic Discharge. As it turned out, I actually kind of wish I took Galvanic Discharge. I think given that I ended up red-blue, maybe there's an argument to take Galvanic Discharge here for that reason. But Sensei's top and two Moxes are all pretty good with Trinket Mage. And again, I thought I might be Artifacts, which is why I took Third Path over Headliner Scarlet and Saheeli. Well, Saheeli and Third Path are kind of the similar cards. I like Third Path because I think it's better if I end up red, blue, or Artifacts. Especially since I had Prismatic Vista and a red Mox already, so the color's not a big issue. Saheeli is really only good in Artifacts. I wouldn't play this in most red-blue decks. And then Kitten for this combo potential with Seachrome Coast being viable. I don't really like Revoker that much. Draycatcher never connected, never even attacked, but I think it was reasonable. And then I just took, Othari I had to take there over Guide of Souls and Othari, and Mac got a 15th pick map for his Hopeful Academy deck that never got an Academy. And then here, Easy Force Will. You just can't justify anything else. Over Jace Subtlety, yeah, Watery Grave. And then I think I was happy with the Volcanic pick. At this point, it did look a little less likely that I was being Artifacts, and I thought I might even play Othari, so Volcanic was an easy pick there. I even got my boy Fire Ice back. And then here, Daze. I love Daze in the right Daze decks. And the Thoughtseize ended up on my team. I guess this is pack 2. I guess Folero took Pest Infestation out of that pack, which was good for him. He did beat Mac with it. Over from the Catacombs, yeah. Here, Oliphant. Maybe the Othari means I could have, and I guess Sanguine Evangelist, and I guess Touch the Spirit Realm. I could have taken Parallax Wave there. Oliphant's also very good once you have Volcanic Island and Sensei's Divining Top. The Planisphere didn't come back. That would have been nice too. Maybe the Planisphere was better. That's actually kind of interesting. And then Oculus. I really like Oculus. At this point, I'm giving up on white with the Hallowed Fountain. I think the Minsk pick was good. Folero would have put it right in his deck too, so it's not like passing it would have been great, though Dismember obviously is still amazing, which is what he took, and there's the Petal there. Easy Iteration over Stomping Ground, I think. It turned out I never got screwed by not having Stomping Ground. It could have happened, but Iteration in your double Mox Bauble Sensei's top deck is so good. Manamorphose was pretty good for me. Loot was quite good, so I felt good about taking that over those lands, and then Fire Ice over Commercial District. I really like Fire Ice. As it turned out, I ended up pretty light on removal, so it's good I took the Fire Ice here. Nice Covenant pickup. Dig was great. Red-Green Line was great. I want to try Kefka, but this wasn't the deck for it. And then here, Mana Leak over Caves of Chaos Adventure. With double Mox, Caves of Chaos Adventure is very tempting. But Mana Leak, and this ended up on our team, which was nice. So passing it wasn't a big deal. Mana Leak is just exactly what this deck wanted. I like Mire over Inti still. Passing some good stuff. Misty over like Brain Freeze, Fairy Mastermind, Lightning, Ajani, yeah. Starting Town. maybe at this point I could have considered, no, there's no even playable there. Stock Up is amazing. I'll take it over Ponder, Magda, Lutri. Feywild was kind of a nice gift. This was just a strong pack. Still Urza in the pack. Brainstorm was great. I already had a bunch of fetches. Moloch ended up being incredible for me. Yeah, this deck, Artist Draft, obviously there was different ways I could go. But I mean, let's take a look. Are there any big like pivot points? I guess Tundra over Bauble. Maybe like Tursa or Inquisition over Sensei's Top. Maybe Bronco over Upheaval. Headliner Scarlet over Third Path, but those both I would have probably ended up in the same direction. And then maybe going into white after that Othari, maybe taking... actually, I don't even know. Where's my entry into white? I guess this is why I didn't do it, right? There wasn't like if there's Swords to Plowshares in this pack, I would have taken it. Oh, I guess here it was. It was Parallax Wave. So pack 2, pick 4. If I end up taking Parallax Wave there, I have Parallax Wave, Sanguine Evangelist, Othari, Touch the Spirit Realm, Third Path, and a bunch of some blue cards. Yeah, maybe there was a Jessica opening. So interesting draft for sure. Even though I do like Blue-Red Tempo a lot, I do feel when you open on Ruby Sapphire, that's a great time to do it. I did even try to go Artifacts, the other deck I like, but I backed off that. And this is a pretty nice Teamer Tempo deck. What I could have used is one more removal spell. I would have traded, my worst cards, I guess, here are like their Draycatcher, Displacer Kitten. Honestly, Trinket Mage ended up being just okay in this kind of deck. Third Path, I think, is pretty good, though it just mostly died. But I would have traded any of these for Galvanic Discharge, even Burst Lightning, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, any of that kind of effect, Flame Slash. I think one more thing like that would have been nice. Really would have been nice if I could trade these 3 for like Flame Slash, Brazen Borrower, and then, I don't know, maybe I keep the Draycatcher or something to trade those 2, or Trinket Mage. But went 2-1. The match I lost, my draws were quite bad, so, that happens no matter to any deck. And ended up having, like Daze... having Daze, you saw that last match against Reanimator, having Daze, Mana Leak, Spell Pierce, Force of Will, 2 free counters, and a 2-mana counter and a 1-mana counter. That's pretty nice. I really like the card selection in this deck. Iteration, Brainstorm top, Manamorphose, Fire Ice, Stock Up, Dig Through Time. It's a pretty nice set. With Trinket Mage also kind of counting, you can go get top. Oh, and Bauble Cycles too. And the threats were good. Oculus, Moloch, which is kind of removal, Minsk and Boo, Loot, Feywild. This is kind of the perfect Force of Will deck. 2 Moxes to accelerate out these things, and Force, Daze, Mana Leak, Spell Pierce to protect them. All right, well, good deck. Oh, good mana too. Even without the red-green thing, having 3 fetches, Starting Town, Volcanic, Oliphant, Thornspire, Verge was plenty. So, good deck, and we are currently 5-5. So, on up to the last 2, but you know what? That'll do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed these weekly drafts against the Finns. I like them. We get to chat with our opponents and hang out because they're some fun dudes to play with. And you know what? I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. We got Edge of Eternities coming up soon here. It's going to be released for everyone to play shortly, so you'll be seeing some of those drafts. And I am going to do a cube review. I didn't do one for Final Fantasy, and I kind of wish I did. So what I'm going to do is a double cube review where I'm going to look at the Final Fantasy editions initially, and then the ones that are actually sticking. Because at this point we know which ones are sticking and which ones aren't. Did I have any Final Fantasy cards here? I don't think. Oh, I do. Boom, Starting Town. Yeah, that one's going to stick around. That one's good. And but there's some other good ones, like Summon Good King Mog is pretty good. Dion Bahamut's Dominant I think is totally fine. And there's more too. I'm probably not thinking of all of them. So we'll take a look at those, and we'll take a look, of course, at all the Edge of Eternity cards I'm going to add, which I'm going to add a pretty good amount, I would imagine. I like going wide and then kind of narrowing down. So that's coming up. Until then, keep on drafting. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.